lights on or is it okay?
A-okay.
All right. Okay, significant figures, first of all, we have a few rules here. All digits, all numbers are significant, obviously. The things you have to watch out for are zeros. Zeros between digits are significant. As you saw in example number 2 on the last page, you cannot eliminate that zero that's between the numbers. Number 3, trailing zeros in a number are significant only if the number contains a decimal point. So for example, when we say 100 with no decimal point, that might be an estimation, that might be an approximation in chemistry, that would have one significant figure. 100.0 has 4 significant figures because if we place that 0 there, that means we've measured that 0, so that is significant. Okay? Zeros that are placeholders are not significant. For example, this number, 0.00012, we're able to write that, 1.2 times 10 to the negative fourth, that has 2 significant figures. Okay. And then zeros following a decimal significant figure are significant. So zeros to the right are not significant unless they're past the decimal, but also past a number. So this would have 4 significant figures. Okay, so we're going to take a look at some of these examples here. Okay, Megan, how many significant figures are there in this one?
1.
Good. Which one is significant?
2.
Just the 2 is significant because we could write this as 2 times 10 to the negative 2. So zeros are not significant. Good. Michelle, how about number 2 here?
2.
Good. There are 2 significant figures. Which 2 are significant?
The 0 and 2.
Good. Brian, if we were to put that into scientific notation, do you know what it would be?
2 times 10 to the third.
Someone else see if they can finish that, Ruben?
2 times 10 to the negative 2.
But what's missing? Katie?
2.0.
It should be 2.0. The scientific notation and significant figures go together. If these are both significant, then we have to put them into the scientific notation. Okay? So we'll keep working here. We have 501. Okay, Katie? Katie Connolly, sorry. 3 significant figures. They're all significant. Okay, Aaron, how about number 4?
4.
Good. All significant there. Okay, Josh, number 5?
1.
Good. Why?
Because you can write that as 5 times 10 to the third.
And there's no decimal point, right? So just that 5 is significant. Okay? Okay, next one is, who's up? Brandon.
1.
That is the second best answer. Do you have a second try?
1.0.
What? Sorry.
Do I have a volunteer if that's a tougher example? Kelsey?
4.
Good. Why are there 4 instead of 1 this time? Why are there 4 significant figures?
First the decimal.
When you have a decimal point, that makes it 4 significant figures. Brandon, if you just had 5,000 without a decimal point, that would be 1.
Oh.
The decimal point, go ahead.
So how would you? So you would write that in scientific notation as 5.000.
And it would be 5.000 times 10 to the third. This would be 5 times 10 to the third. Sometimes you're going to see something like, Sometimes you might see something like 5.000 times 10 to the 23rd, something like that, okay? And that means that only some of the zeros are significant. Only some have been measured. The rest are just like an estimate.
Okay.
So you will start saying things like that. Okay, number 7. Brandon, did you want to try this one?
Is it 4?
No.
I don't know.
Not sure, Josh?
6.
6, okay, because these are past the decimal and also past the number, those are significant also. Alright, number 8. Maddie?
1.
Good. Just the 5 is significant. Number 9. Okay, Megan?
4.
Good. Which 4 are significant here?
1, 0, 2, 0.
Good. Okay. And then number 10. Katie?
5.
Good. All 5 are significant. Alright, the last section, I can set up the board while you guys try it. Going from left to right, here's one example here. We have 8,040. Determine the location of the last significant place value by placing a bar over the digits. So going from left to right, what's the last significant figure there? So first of all, Ashley, how many significant figures are there in number 1?
4.
Not all 4 are significant. Do you have a second answer? They would all be significant if you had a decimal at the end. Who knows how many significant figures there are here? Okay, Ruben?
3.
Which 3 are significant?
8, 0, the first 0 and 4.
Okay, these 3 are significant figures. So what you would do is you would have, that's the last significant figure going from left to right. Alright, and again, if you put it into scientific notation, it would be 8.04 times 10 to the third. Okay, you can give that a quick try. Does anyone have a question before we go over the answers? Okay. All right, for number 2 then, Tashai, what is the, first of all, how many significant figures are there?
4.
There are not 4. Do you have a second answer?
3.
There are 3. Good. Which 3 are significant?
0, 3, 0.
Be careful. Brian?
The 300.
This 3 is significant and the 2 after it, so this would be the last significant figure. If I were to put that in scientific notation, Bridget, what would it be?
3.00 times 10 second.
Third. Okay. 2. The positive 2?
Oh wait, no, I'm kidding. I was looking at it the wrong way.
Okay.
-2.
Negative 2. And yes, you do have to include those zeros this time. Okay.
Whoa.
Next we have, okay, 699.5. Tom, what's the last significant figure there?
5.
The 5, because how many significant figures are there?
4.
Good. All of those are significant. Okay. All right, now, scientific notation is set up to include all of the significant figures. Is there a volunteer for number 4? Okay, Tom?
Last 0.
Right, all 4 of those are significant. So we've got 2.000. That has 4 significant figures. Okay. All right, Alex, how about number 5? How many significant figures are there?
5.
Good, which 5 are significant?
9.
Yep.
90,100.
Starting with the 9, all 5 of those are significant. So the last significant figure will be there. That first 0 is not significant. Okay. Number 6, now we have, Ilaria, what do you think? How many significant figures this time? This is a little bit different.
One.
What's significant there?
All of them?
It would be all of them if you had a decimal point at the end, but because we don't, that changes the answer. Do you know what it is, or do you want to pass to somebody? Okay, let's see. Kelsey? There are 3 significant figures. Which ones?
9, 0,
Good. Because there's no decimal point, those zeros are not significant anymore. We've got 3 significant figures, and that 1 is the last one that's significant, going from left to right. Okay, number 7. How many significant figures there, Travis?
6.
In number 7? Don't even take it out of the scientific notation, because when you have it in scientific notation,
Oh, sorry. 2.
yeah, when you have it, you're probably looking at the next one. When you're looking at it in scientific notation, it has them all there for you. That has 2 significant figures, and they're both there. Those zeros are not going to be significant. All right, the next one, we have 8 figures there. We have 8 numbers. And how many of those are significant, Ruben?
9. 9.
That is not correct. What is the last significant figure?
0.
The last 0. I wonder if you're saying 9 because you think there should be a 0 past the decimal.
Yeah.
In math class, you can put zeros after the decimal, as many as you want, right? Here, we cannot put a 0 after the decimal unless we know for sure it's there. This has 8 significant figures. This means that this is a definite 0, but we don't know what's past the decimal, so we can't automatically put a 0 there. It might be something other than a 0. So that's 8 significant figures. Number 9, how many significant figures does that have, Josh?
3.
3. The rest of those zeros are not significant. And then number 10, Keegan, how many are significant there?
2.
Which 2 do you think are significant figures?
4 and the 1.
And what else would be significant then?
The last 0.
Good. So we've got a total of 3 significant figures. These other zeros, again, could be eliminated if we put it into scientific notation. 4.10 times 10 to the -4th. Okay, questions? Okay, you can stop there, James.